I got into the system, gave me a credit card of $2,000. Thought it was my money. I started squandering it, and then they keep on increasing the credit limit. It went from 2,000 to 3,500 to 5,000, and so forth and so on. So up to about now, I have a credit card of $20,000. All this, I'm in a mess right now.
Yeah.
I am in a financial mess. It's time now for me to say, okay, you know what? I can't continue living like this. My name is James Chem. I love the episode you had with all. I've been following most of your episodes now. I love the one you had with the girl, forgetting her name, Chimanga.
Yes.
And then the guy with the credit as well, the tax consultant. Yeah, so I've been following you for a while. So, the story is the same, almost the same for everyone that comes here as an immigrant. We come usually most of the time with no debt. When we landed, probably the only debt you have is maybe you borrow money for your flight or something, but you pay that off quickly when you come.
Yes.
So I came, had no debt, and then I got into the system, gave me a credit card of $2,000 for a start, and thought it was my money. I started squandering it, and then they keep on increasing the credit limit. It went from 2,000 to 3,500 to 5,000, and so forth and so on. So up to about now, I have a credit card of $20,000. But I have, that said, one thing led to another,
Yeah.
One thing led to another. I took a car, not a brand new car like you, but I took a second-hand car. It was about total went to about $22,000. So as you know, one thing led to another, and then I started saying, all this, I'm in a mess right now.
Yeah.
I am in a financial mess, and however, the good thing with me is that I was paying off on time. I usually pay like the limit. So, funnily enough, with all this amount of credit that I had, or these debts that I had, I still got approved for a credit line. I still got approved for a mortgage. I just bought my house last year, and I was still approved for a mortgage with all this. So, that said, it's time now for me to say, okay, you know what? I can't continue living like this. This has to stop, I have a car. I became normal as I followed Dave Ramsey. So I became like the normal guys, everybody, normal people. So I decided to go on a debt-free journey starting this year. In fact, I started late last year when I started following you. I said to myself, I'm going to pay off my debts, all of my debts. So that's when I started the Dave Ramsey plan, and I have a taxi. Like inside right now, I'm in my taxi. I have a loan on the. I just finished the loan on the taxi and the license. So I bought the license and the loan. So I just finished that. Now I'm tackling my credit cards and all the rest. So, how did you do that? How did you do this? My question to you say you had 60,000. I am at 35,000 currently. When you add my car loan, my credit card, and my line of credit, excluding my mortgage, of course, I want to ask, how did you do that? How did you? What was your secret? I know they say it's consistency and the rest, but what was your secret? You that had 60,000, me I have 35. I'm looking at it like something in a mountain I'm not able to climb,
Yeah.
And I pay sometimes, just like 2018, I was not in all the, 2018 I was not much in data like that. So I want to see, what was your secret, in fact? What did you do? What did you really do to get out of this financial mess, if I may say?
Yeah. So, good question. The thing that got me started, just like you mentioned Dave Ramsey, the thing that really got me started was getting in finding him and seeing his information. But for me, what kept me going was just figuring out my why. Why
Okay.
do I want to get out of debt?
Okay.
Because I was comfortable paying the minimum pay, well, not minimum payments, but paying the monthly payments. For me, that was okay. But I
Mhm.
was looking at this other stuff where you're looking at yourself and it's like, if you don't go to work, you don't have the money to make those payments.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be in a position where my actions were being motivated by my fear for the debt.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to be able to have that freedom, free from debt,
Mhm.
because it's a trap. Like once you're in all of that, it's really just a trap. It's like you can't breathe. Like it's just that you're trying to get above water. I really did
Yeah.
not like that feeling at all.
Me too.
So I was just like,
Automatically.
okay, what can I do? What can I do to get myself out of this place that I don't want to be in? So for
Mhm.
me, what really worked was setting up this debt snowball, which
Okay.
then
Me
I
too.
was able to look at it and track on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. I track to see where I am, where I'm at. All right. So I
Okay.
gave myself, saying, because it's 60,000, which was paid up within the 2 year period. So I gave myself a target. I said, in 2 years, I want
Okay.
to pay these off. And when I put it on my debt snowball, it looked like I couldn't do it within 2 years. It looked
Okay.
like, okay, the fastest I could probably do it was 3 years. But I said, you know what? I don't want this feeling for more than 2 years. So I
Okay.
said, okay, it became like a race, me against myself, to see how
Okay.
much I can put against the debt at every single point in time.
Okay.
But to keep me motivated, I set myself, I made it like in smaller goals. So it's a huge goal of 60,000. But if
Mhm.
you're looking at it like that mountain, it's too big. So I said, okay,
Mhm.
every time I pay, for example, $5,000, I'm going to
Mhm.
celebrate. And
Okay.
what's my celebration? You could choose what that celebration could be for you. Something that you really love doing right now, but which you're depriving yourself from right now in order to pay off your debt. So you
Okay.
can tell yourself, every $5,000 paid off or every $10,000 paid off, you're going to go do that thing that
Okay.
you want. So when you're looking at the prospect or the anticipation of that thing that you're going to go get, you're like, okay, let me crush this debt as fast as possible. I'm not even looking at the discomfort that I have for paying the debt. I just want to go and enjoy that thing that I'm looking at.
Mhm. Okay.
So that could be something that you will do to keep yourself motivated. So figure out why you want to get out of there. So if I just ask you, why is it that you want to get out of there right now?
Why I want to get out of that, man? You know the feeling when you know the feeling is it's a feeling that you can't really explain. You know, it's a feeling that each time you're afraid when you see you have that fear when you see, for example, all the bills coming at one time, and where do you get money to pay it? You know you become tired of being tired of that feeling. You know,
Yes.
I'm tired of being tired of that feeling, and I just want to get out of it. You know, and I believe I have the potential to get out of it, but I need motivation. You know, I think I need motivation. I need someone that can guide me to go through it, and someone that has been in it, like you, and then you are guiding me to get out of it as well, and never look back. And I want back that freedom I had when I just came to this country. I was free, you know.
Yeah.
When I just came, I was free. I could I want that feeling when when I had money in my account but I didn't know what to do with it, right? Like, I want back that feeling. You know, it's been long. Every time when I have money, there's always something to do with the money now. Like
Yes.
anytime it's dispatching, if it's not going to Cameroon, it's always going somewhere for a payment. You know, so I want back that feeling that I had when I had some amount in my account. So that's what I'm going to. That's why. And also, I want the one main reason I want to get out of debt is to really set up my children for financial freedom. That's for financial freedom. That's my goal. That's my main motivation why I want to get out. So what I want to do is that if I get out of debt, now I can be able to put more money towards their education, towards what do you have? Education, like a type of savings that when they are 25, they'll have this amount on their account, open accounts for them that by the time they are 25 or 24, they have this certain amount in their account. So that's my motivation, you know, that if I want to leave this world one day, at least my children should not suffer. They should not inherit debt. They should inherit something, you know. At least they have something to start with, you know. That's one of my motivation, and that motivation, the first step is to get out of debt, and then from there you can build whatever you want.
Yeah. So if you picture yourself already, just imagine that you've already achieved this level of debt which you want to pay off. Just imagine you've already achieved that. What would you be doing beyond that point? What
will I be doing if I achieve that?
Yes. So for example, yes, imagine like right now your debt is all paid off. Okay. And you've said you started putting aside this money for your children into the RISPs. You're putting that aside. What do you see yourself doing when you don't have to do stuff because you need the money to come in? What do you see yourself doing?
I'll tackle my mortgage. I will tackle my mortgage hard. I'm gonna hit it hard. That's what I will hit hard. I'm gonna hit it hard. So imagine I have no car payment, no credit card payment. All of that money will be going towards the mortgage, you know, and part of it towards the education. But after maybe I'll tackle my mortgage. That's what I'll really do. I'll tackle my mortgage and probably become a financial coach like you. Why not?
To help other people get to the same place, right?
Yeah.
Let's take it a step further. Picture that your mortgage is already paid off.
Oh, you know what? Picture I become a philanthropist. No, I give back.
Yeah.
I give back. I give back.
So let those things that are driving you, let those things that are exciting you about being debt free, let those things drive you now to put in.
Can you give me 1 second? I have a client. Let me pick the client up. Okay?
Okay.
You will a couple of seconds. Attendez, madame. J'ouvre la porte pour vous, okay? It wouldn't be long. I'm working, I'm hustling, I'm doing. Let me put my mask. I'm a taxi driver. I do taxi part time, okay? So I hustle with the taxi. It won't be long. I'll just have to put my customer in, and they will continue.
So to those in the audience, if you have a question as you're watching, please go ahead and just put it in the comments. All we're talking about, this is really just a live coaching session that we're doing. And I put together a group of people who wanted to be coached live so that they can share their stories with others and inspire other people who are just like them. So James here volunteered to do that. So he's talking to us about his personal finances, and he's talking to us about what he wants right now in his life, which to him is getting out of debt. And he's looking for ways to be able to stay motivated with getting out of debt as soon as possible. Okay, no problem.
Forgot my earpiece. Sorry about that.
No problem. I was just asking if there's anybody in the audience, if they had any questions as they're watching, they could definitely just let us know. So I was asking you to dream beyond right now, beyond. Imagine the debt is all paid off. Imagine that your house is also paid off.
Okay.
And the thing that you're going to be doing after that, which you said is philanthropy for you. So let that.
The thing you'll be doing. See, I think they say I don't. That's the most difficult. That's probably one of the most difficult questions I'll ever have to answer. What will I be doing if my mortgage is paid off, my debts are paid off? What do you do with money? I think I'll just follow what Dave Ramsey said, okay? You build wealth and you give back. Because you say you fly, people generally will say, fly around the world, to be going one place to another. Yes, those are all good things to do. But sometimes you become tired.
Yeah.
At some point, you get tired of traveling. You have seen everything. I think I read Robert Q say it becomes boring. It becomes so you have to find a need.
You have to find something that's a passion for you that keeps you going.
That you're passionate about, that will keep you going.
Yes.
So I think it will be more of like being giving back. I think that would be. I would like to see communities grow. I think I would like to see just giving back. Just giving back would be fair enough for me. Giving back to probably my alma mater, my school. Seeing only people can have bare water to drink back home. So going back to communities back home if possible, and just putting up wells for water for them to just have only drinking water. That's one thing that I would like to do.
Yeah.
That's one of
the purpose of this. Yeah, the purpose of that question is so that you can start to see yourself beyond the place of right now struggling to pay the debt.
Okay.
To start looking at yourself in a position of, okay, what if it's already paid? Then what will I be doing? So when you start imagining yourself in that place, you motivate yourself. You continue to inspire yourself to want to get to that thing that you're dreaming about. And then the paying of the debt or the sacrifices you're going to be making now will not be as painful as you might feel that they are.
No, okay.
For me, getting to pay off, So for me, getting to pay off $60,000 in debt, I wasn't looking at the things I'm going to be depriving myself of. Because it was like, if your friends are going out and you say no, you're not feeling like you're depriving yourself of that outing. But I'm looking more like, there is a vision 5 years down the road that I want to be doing. For me to do that, I need to say no today.
Okay.
And I'm saying no today, and I'm taking all the money that I would have used to do X, Y, Z, things that got me into debt in the first place. I'm saying no to them right now, and I'm taking that money and I'm putting it to the debt, But I'm looking at the future. What is in it for me down the road is a satisfaction I'm going to be getting from helping people like I am doing right now, which I can't do if I'm thinking about paying my credit cards.
Okay. Question for you, Ada.
Yes.
I'm in a situation right now, right? Either I take money I have now to pay off the credit card, or I take the money to pay off a course. I take a course that might probably help me to increase my income, but that would take another about 6 to 8 months. If you're in that situation, what do you do? Do you go ahead and pay for the course? That would probably help you to increase your income in the next 6 to 8 months, or you take the money and pay off your debt and you're still status quo.
If I were in that situation, I would take the money and pay my debt. And let me tell you why. Yes, it's good to do the education and increase your income. But that's not something that you're certain about right now. You're saying, if I do this course, maybe I will get this job that maybe is going to give me this amount of income.
Okay, that's right.
And at the same time, while that is happening, you're accruing more interest on your credit card debt, and you're putting yourself deeper and deeper. So if you can clean up where you are right now, you have a fresh, clean slate to go forward.
Okay. So again, did you have any? Did you have any setbacks when you were trying to pay off your debt, and what did you do to overcome these setbacks that you had during the process of paying off these debts?
Like a setback, what would you mean, for example? Like people, or just like Murphy's Law kind of thing?
Pardon?
Do you mean like people opposing to it, or you mean more like events that happen that stop?
Events that happen, not people opposing to it. Events that happen.
Let me see. Well, COVID happened, right?
Okay, that's a good setback.
COVID happened, and because COVID happened 2020, I finished paying off my stuff like towards the middle. Is it 2020 or 2021 that I think I don't even remember exactly when I finished paying everything. I think it's towards 2021, the end of the middle of it that I finished. So the main setback that was like beyond my control was the COVID part of it, which to everybody was like a slash in income and this uncertainty. But at the place where I was at the time, like credit cards were already gone. I just had to say, okay, now I don't have to worry too much about credit card debt anymore because it's paid off. But I kept doing as much as I could, and I kept putting it towards my cards at the time.
Okay.
But in terms of the people around you, no, my spouse, we were on this thing together. He was very supportive, and that's really all what matters between you and your immediate family. So your spouse and your kids, those are the people that really matter in this. The other people around you, they're going to object to certain things because maybe they're used to getting handouts from you, and now you have to start telling them, no, I can't right now because of this.
Yeah.
And that pressure will keep coming.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important for you to know why you want to do it.
Okay.
So that when all these pressures are coming, you can handle them because you know why you're doing it. Okay. And even if the people around you don't understand, you understand, and that's what matters to you.
Okay. So you use the debt snowball approach, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm using right now. Okay.
Do you have a debt snowball set up?
Yeah, debt snowball set up. Yes.
You have it. Okay.
Yeah.
If you haven't made one, then after this we can sit together and I can do your debt snowball if you want.
Oh, I have a debt snowball, except you have something else, but I think I have it. I use there's a debt app that I'm using.
And it does the snowball for you.
Yeah, it does the snowball for me. So I go and input the payment, and then it does the snowball for me.
So on your snowball sheet, on your snowball sheet, then looking at it, you know when you're supposed to be out of debt if you follow your payments.
Yeah, if 2023.
Okay.
If I follow through. If I follow through 2023 by end 2023, because the good thing now, I owe I don't owe any person. I owe institutions. I don't owe nobody, like no one can come and claim that I owe him or her money, you know. But now I owe institutions. So like my bank, my car loan, my credit line. That's all. So credit card, car loan, and credit line. But my taxi is paid off. My taxi license paid off. Now just credit cards and the other car loan. No.
Okay. All right. Well, so for you, just make sure you have those on your snowball. Make sure you set up a why. Understand why you want to do this, and have it written down somewhere that you just kind of remind yourself maybe every day or every week. You're reminding yourself, this is why I'm doing it, and then set up like a reward system for yourself.
Okay.
So maybe every $5,000 paid off, or every $10,000 paid off, whatever you choose. Just set up a reward system. So when I do this, I'm going to go reward myself with this little thing. So you keep feeling motivated, you know, and then make sure you involve your spouse in it so that you guys are working towards the same goal. That way you're going to see it faster. It's going to go faster and faster. Yeah.
Okay. What question? Did you like have any other like side hustle that you did to pay off the debt quicker, or you just work with your income you had at the time?
I did side hustles. So my regular day-to-day job is I work in an accounting firm, but I also do side stuff. But the biggest side hustle that I did was something called Upwork.
Upwork?
It's on Upwork. Upwork is a place where you have freelancers going in there. There are all sorts of jobs on there. But I would go onto Upwork and I would do freelance accounting work. I'll do a lot of freelance accounting work, and all of that income that came from there, I put directly on the debt payment. So for me, every
No.
time I said that, I said, okay, wow, I need to pay this amount of money this month, because I set very aggressive goals. I said, I have to pay, say, $2,000 extra this month, for example. I'll go to
Okay.
work and I'll find the jobs and I'll do the jobs. And when it comes in, at that time, I'm not worried about how tired I am. I'm just looking
Mm.
at, I have to pay $2,000. I'm going to sit on my computer and do Upwork jobs for $2,000 and I'll pay it off and I'm happy because the goal is accomplished at that time.
Okay. And now,
Yeah,
as
so
a,
yes.
and now as a financial coach, I see most of us are having difficulties to talk about our debts. I don't know why. People are ashamed to talk about their debts. You find that as a difficulty as a financial coach to educate our community that there's no shame to be in debt. It's not normal, but it's something that is there. So I don't see why people think that talking about your debt is something very extraordinary.
I'm glad you're saying that. I have said it time and time again, but I think I do understand because it's a cultural thing, and a lot of people have a lot of shame around that. Maybe growing up, our parents didn't talk to us about money, and then coming here and you're looking at it, and it's like the fact that I'm in this amount of debt. If I
Mm-hmm.
actually say I have that much debt, then it's like everybody's going to look at me and say I'm living a life that's borrowed life, right? So I think there's that, which because of it, there's a lot of shame around the whole topic of money, and people don't want to talk about money. But unfortunately, it's keeping them in the hole. They need help, and they're not asking for help. I find that a lot, and
I better talk about my financial situation and get out of it than to keep quiet and die with it. You know what? Better,
yeah,
I
well, I
better seek
find
for
that a
help.
lot.
Yeah, I see the opposite. I better seek for help, and
Hmm.
then it's just to expose my financial situation. I expose my financial situation,
Well,
and
it's a good thing
then
then that you came on.
that's why I'm active with you, with all what you'll be doing. I'll be very active. I need to get out of, and I need people that will push me, push me, that will push me. Because I
Yeah.
read Olumide Emmanuel. I need to be pushed. Sometimes you need to be pushed. He said, when you are pushed, when you're in a sea and there are a lot of crocodiles inside that water, you must find a way to get out. So that's what we need. That's how aggressive one has to tackle this. I already know the concepts of it, but I need it to be pushed. And hearing your story, I think it's amazing. I think I'll just follow through.
Thank you for that. You know what I could actually go ahead and do for you? I'm going to put you into my online course for free.
Oh, thank you. I know what? I've been thinking to buy your course, and then I was saying, man, give this guy 60. This can pay off this thing. $67. You say, I can pay off this. I can use it to pay off my
Yes.
phone bill this month. Each time I want to buy your course, I say, oh, well, push it off. Thank you.
I'm going to put you in my course. So when we get off this
Thank
call,
you.
I'll send you the information so you can go in and you get it for free.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're going to have to wrap up this stream. So is there anything you just wanted to let our audience know? Just
Okay.
anything.
I'll start by saying that the first step to get out of debt is to acknowledge that you're in debt. Okay. We have to change our mindset and our vision towards how we look at debt. Okay. It's something that when we came here, we do not use it well. It's a two-sided sword. It can be used well if you are well educated about debt, or it can be used badly if you are not well educated about debt. There are two schools of people that I follow, and Dave Ramsey's no credit card, cut off your credit card, don't want to see it. Grant Cardone uses his own to bill is about $2 billion in debt, but he believes so much in debt but he uses it well to build real. So there are two schools. It depends where you want to choose, which one you want to go to. So, but our culture, I think, will go towards Dave Ramsey's own build from scratch. So, first thing I think is people should acknowledge that they are in debt, and then they solve it from there. Then, thank you for what you're doing. I will only keep encouraging you to do. It's not difficult. It's not an easy start you're undertaking, because sometimes you have, while you're doing your lives, you have like 3, 4, 5 views. But keep pushing. One day, you reach the thousands, hundreds, and millions of views. And then together, as I earlier told you, without being in the near future or sometime, I would like to also be a financial coach like you. If you think about having a program for those who have graduated from their debts and then they want to be coaching now other people to achieve that as well. So that would be a great idea. And then that said, I think that would be it. That'll be it. I would thank you. I would like that you should keep pushing. Then we should change the narrative, because if we don't do it, all those that are coming behind us will still thinking that do the same mistake, and will take a long time for them to be wealth rather than to always be in debt. So we need people like you with a different mindset that we can change the narrative for the next generation coming after us, and then we can be able to build wealth, especially for our children, family, and friends, and so forth. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for saying all of that. It means a lot to me knowing that there are people who are being impacted, who are finding value in what I'm doing. It means a lot to me. It's the little I can do to impact our community. And for me, like they usually say knowledge is power, but it doesn't do anything if you're just going to take it and not apply it at all. Exactly. So it's the next step for people to take this information and apply it to themselves. And it's an honor to have you here today. And I'm really happy that you were able to do this with me live, so I can also share your story and share you talking about it and get more people involved in it.
Yeah, you can. You're authorized. You can share my story. I have no issue with that.
All right. Thank you so much.
It's a true story, so I'm not afraid of that. It's not lie, it's true. So let me pay some pass here.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna end the stream though, but thank you so much. I'll send you the information in the back to get into the course. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you. Have a good one. Keep pushing.
You too.
Thank you.